So is it Porsche or is it Porsche? On the Porsche website, there's actually a nice media page where a nice German gentleman with some verbiage explains to us that it's actually Porsche with a UH, whereas the anglicized version with the E kind of being silent is actually pronounced Porsche. So we're actually in the wrong, or I'm in the wrong for pronouncing it Porsche for all this time. So it's Porsche. So if I slip back, forgive me. Anyways, imagine you're 7 years old. Your uncle's driving a 911 Turbo. Your cousin is also 7-year-old in the back, and your uncle books it. He's shifting through the gears. You're terrified. It feels like a roller coaster. You barely can see out the side of the window, but that's a core memory. That is an amazing memory of mine that I cherish to this day, of being exposed to a 911 for the first time ever in the 1990s. So today we're going to take a look at this 1983 911 SC here at DNT. Let's get into it. Let's take a deeper look into the 911. So all you Porsche fans out there, you already know that the front, it's not where the engine is. This is a storage compartment, right? And the real magic, the reason why you buy a 911 is because of the backwards engineering, so to say, and brilliance of putting the engine in the back. So this is a 3-liter, flat 6, 200 some horsepower engine, air cooled. When you talk about Porsche purists and enthusiasts, this is what they kind of rave about. How this engine is, how it's visceral, how it sounds, how it rumbles, how it idles. And I want to actually draw your attention towards this ducktail. This is an iconic design, right? This is where the air comes in as well. The newer 911s, you know, there are inlets on the side of the rear wheels, but here it's a functional design where they put the inlet or air intake partially up here as well to cool the engine. And you can recognize this silhouette from miles away. And it always brings back some nostalgia for me whenever I see an old school Porsche with this kind of duckbill spoiler on the back. So let's go take a look inside the car. It's built like a tank. Let's take a look at the inside. Here you can see 2 bucket seats, a manual shifter, old school steering wheel. The dials have largely not really changed from back in the 1980s to even now in terms of the layout and the purity of the design. The speedometer is not in the center. The focus has always been the RPMs of the engine itself, and then speedometers to the side, oil temps, engine temps, all that stuff is on the side as well. Everything's very ASMR, so to say, for this generation of car. You can hear all the clicks. Everything's very clicky and has a very raw feel of the 1980s. Let's take a look at the back. Now, even though it is a 2+2, like in my story at the beginning, you got to be a tiny little kid to be sitting in the back. That's really what it's appropriate for, right? Maybe your briefcase, but really just small kids in the back. So let's take a look at these doors. There's actually some padding on the side here, leather, and inside of here is a compartment to put your owner's manual, which is really cool. Earlier, I unlocked the door. You can see that there. 2 speakers, mid-range and a tweeter, and these are automatic windows in 1980s. That's crazy. Come on inside and take a look at this car. So, starting at the front, you'll see a glove compartment. They've actually upgraded the head unit here with a Porsche head unit, which is cool. All the switches are very tactile. Even the ACs, very tactile. The clutch is pretty light. But one thing that's very interesting about the clutch is the pedal comes from the floor as opposed from the top, right? And it's very easy to do heel toe here. You can, and then the gas pedal's on the right. I would say you would need pretty skinny shoes to fit inside of here. Let's turn on the car. That was a quick look at the 911 SC from 1983, drop top, manual, naturally aspirated flat six. I hope you enjoyed the video. It brought back a lot of memories for me. Please take a look at their inventory. Tell me in the comments below if you want me to do a video on any of them. Really appreciate your time. Remember, decide wisely. See you next time.